Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Sherry and today is Fab 5 Friday. So today we're going to be making a 5-ingredient shrimp scampi. But before I get started, if this is your first time here, you love food, you love fun, you love 5-ingredient recipes, but most importantly, you love helping out a good cause, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and check the details in the description below. Okay, so shrimp scampi, one of my favorite recipes, and if we can do it quickly and only 5 ingredients, all the better, right? So as with all of our 5-ingredient recipes, we're going to start with some salt and pepper and a little bit of fat, either oil or butter. Today we're using butter. So in addition to that, the 5 ingredients that you're going to need for today's recipe are your shrimp. You're going to need some lemon juice, a few sprigs of fresh thyme. If you don't have the fresh thyme, you can use the dried stuff. A full bulb of fresh garlic. Again, if you don't have fresh garlic, you can use the dried garlic powder, but I think this adds a way better flavor. A little bit of cornstarch. And I was going to say lemon juice, but I already said lemon juice. So I'm going to set this stuff aside for right now, and I'm going to get started working on my shrimp. So I have a bowl of water here that I've dissolved a couple of teaspoons of salt into, and that is so we can brine our shrimp. Now, if you really want to bring out the sweetness of your shrimp, you can add a little bit of sugar to that as well. But because I'm trying to stick to the 5 ingredients today, I omitted that. So I just have a little bit of salt in here. And then in my saucepan, I just have some water. So basically what I have is some shrimp that has been deveined, but it still has the shells and tails. I was really trying to say that slow today to try to get it out fine, but I didn't. Okay, shells and tails. Shells and tails are on the shrimp. We're going to take them off. So the tails, oops, wrong pot. It's going to go over here. The tails and the shells are going to go in our saucepan. So this we are going to make a stock out of. So that is what is going to give this recipe so much flavor, even though it's only 5 ingredients. And then our shrimp are going to go over here to brine. So I'm just going to finish working with my shrimp here. All right, so once we have finished with our shrimp, I'm going to get out my burner and we're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to make our stock. And while we're making our stock, our shrimp are going to sit in the fridge and we're going to go ahead and let them sit in their brine. So anytime you are going to brine shrimp or you're going to marinate shrimp, it really only takes about 10 or 15 minutes. But we'll let these sit in there while we work on our stock. All right, so to make the stock, I am just going to turn my burner on high and I am going to let this come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to let it sit for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, so my shrimp and my shells are finished. So the shrimp I went ahead and drained. And I'm going to do the same thing with my shells. So we want to get rid of the shells, but we want to keep our cooking liquid. I'm just going to get rid of my shells, toss those in the sink. All right, and then I have the 4 tablespoons of butter that I showed you earlier where we're going to start with, and I went ahead and melted those down. So those are in my skillet here, all melted, and I want to take a cup of this stock and add it to that. Then I want to make sure my heat is up on high. We're going to bring this up to a boil. Now, as far as the rest of the stock, don't get rid of this because you can use this in another recipe. Or if you want to serve your shrimp scampi on like a little bit of rice or maybe on a little bit of pasta, you can use this as the cooking liquid and that is going to infuse a lot more flavor. So I'm just going to set this aside. I'm going to add in my sprigs of thyme. I wanted to say parsley. You can add parsley if you want. But today we're sticking to 5 ingredients. So I'm just putting the thyme in there today. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to start working in my cloves of garlic. So I said a full bulb of garlic or full head of garlic. And I said that because this is kind of on the smaller side. So basically what you want all in all is about 8 cloves, medium size. So I've got my Pampered Chef garlic press here that I love because I do not have to peel any of these. I just take my cloves, pop them right in there, and there we go. So I'm going to work all of these in. All right, and then once I have the last one worked in, I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir. And then I'm going to work on my lemon juice. So basically you need 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So that is about 2 good lemons, and one of them I've already juiced. The other one I saved so I could show you how my citrus press works. So easy. So you slice your lemon in half or your lime and you put it in here cut side down. Most people think it goes like this. Cut side down, and then that way when you squeeze it, it actually turns your piece of citrus inside out. So it gets every little last drop. Okay, so let's see. I need a spoon. And then I have got a teaspoon of cornstarch here. Actually, I think I have a teaspoon and a half. Then I'm going to add this lemon juice too. And I'm just going to stir this together until my cornstarch is completely dissolved. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my stock and my butter and all my seasonings there. And then we're just going to let this cook a little bit until it thickens up. All right, that looks beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove my little sprigs of thyme. I'm just going to set them aside here. Should have got myself a bowl to put them in, but that's okay. And I think that is all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my shrimp. And then we're just going to cook our shrimp for a few minutes until they're nice and opaque. All right, our shrimp are finished and they look fabulous and they smell even better. All the butter, all the garlic. I wish I could make a candle out of butter and garlic. I probably could if I tried. Anyway, let's get in here and get one of these. Give it a try. Let's get one of the little ones here. Oh my goodness, butter, garlic, and shrimp. Is there a better combination? I do not think so. So I hope you guys give this a try. See how easy it is. I mean, it's only 5 ingredients and so much flavor. So I will see you all again next Friday with another Fab 5 recipe. I thank you so much for watching. Bye.